Hi there, today's card is the World card, and I'm looking at it through the lens of these four figures here, and sometimes they're attributed to the fixed signs of the zodiac. So I've got the cards that I associate with those signs, or sometimes associate with those signs. So air, we've got the star, the Aquarius. Water, we've got Scorpio, the death card. Earth, Hierophant, Taurus. And the strength card, which is fire, and that's Leo. So I'm probably going to do a few of these because I've got a few ideas. So this could be part one. So first up, I'm going to look at it as the World card being a completion of something wrapping up, probably something that you have worked on for a while, or something that's important to you or has been important to you, or it could even be just generally within yourself, you have reached a certain stage or you feel like you have grown in some way. I see the World card as lived experience as opposed to book learning or, anything like that. Looking it up on the internet, watching a YouTube video, for example. It's actually going out and doing it or having experienced something personally. So with the Star card, I see the Star card as being healing in this video anyway, and I see it as whatever this process has been, there's been perhaps ups and downs, bumps along the way, and you've learned from that. You perhaps have learned about yourself, and it's been a healing process. And so that's one way of viewing it. So with the Death card, I'm seeing that as both learning that endings are part of life. Endings have brought along this path sort of new avenues or taken you down different roads, and seeing the value in that, despite the fact that sometimes endings can be a bit difficult. And it's also saying that, you have perhaps realized or you have learned how to let go of things, perhaps not to the level of perfection, but there's been a certain amount of success with learning how to let go of things. So with the Hierophant, I'm actually seeing this as commitment, and there may have been a few challenges around committing to this endeavor, whatever it is. And this is saying in one way or another, you have committed to it. It's not saying that, every day you've done everything perfectly and everything's gone just swimmingly. It's saying that whatever challenges you've come up against, or perhaps whatever things you have thought that you couldn't get through, you've committed to it. So it's enabled you to get a greater sense of, not a greater sense, but a greater appreciation of your abilities, and particularly your ability to commit to something and to see it through. With the Strength card, I'm seeing it as really a real learning process about your ego and how that you may have in some ways conquered that, even if it's just to the, not just, but it's very important, to the level of where you're recognizing where your ego is coming in a situation. And, you know, you can sort of see that perhaps that might be affecting both your perception and the way you react. So I'm seeing this as an acknowledgement of your strength with that. So what I'm getting with this world card today is the importance of all the elements, the different elements in your life, the different, relating it to tarot, of course, you know, there's earth, air, water, fire, and spirit. And it is important to acknowledge that all those elements do come together on a day-to-day basis, and it would be great if they were balanced all the time. But I think the World card is saying that there's been a really good learning process that has happened, and that in some ways you've got it together. You know, you've got these things together, and it's really a celebratory energy. And in whatever aspect of your life this applies to, it's saying, well done. I hope that's helpful. Cheers.